What's going on, y'all? UCF Jaguar here with GenJag.com, and in this video I wanted to talk a little bit about the Jalen Ramsey surgery. I know it's kind of old news right now just since this pretty much got announced last week, but I've been pretty busy these last couple of days, so and obviously news is slow right now, so might as well just talk about it now. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about training camps. The training camp dates got released, so I want to touch on that a little bit, and just a few different channel announcements. So let's get it. So a lot of y'all asked me what my thoughts were of Jalen Ramsey's surgery. First of all, he had some kind of surgery in his leg to where he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. And when I heard this news, the first thing I thought of was Julius Thomas back in 2015 on our very first preseason game, and actually the very first offensive play. We gave him the ball, and then he got hit, and then he had like a hand injury that didn't require surgery, but he was going to be out through the remainder of the preseason. But then after a little over a couple of weeks went by, and then he had a second look at it, and then they decided that he was going to go under surgery, which put him out until week 5 against the Buccaneers. So he essentially missed the first quarter of the season because he decided to wait on the surgery. So I immediately think that there's literally like 5 or 6 weeks left until training camp starts. So if you have any kind of like minor surgery that needs to be done that's not going to put you out for a very long time, right now is the time to do it. I would hate for like 3 weeks to go by and all of a sudden he decides to do the surgery, and then that timetable's all of a sudden extended pretty far into the training camp. He may miss the first week of training camp, but that's really about it. He should be back after that. But I'm really not worried about Jalen Ramsey missing training camp. I mean, what's the downside to this surgery right now is that the first week of training camp the defense may not be able to gel a little bit. Jalen Ramsey will lose some reps in there, and also our wide receivers may not go against as tough a competition. But if you look at the upside of it, our first 3 cornerbacks on the team are going to be Jalen Ramsey, A.J. Boye, and Aaron Colvin. But when it comes to our 4th cornerback, you don't even know some of these guys are going to be making a roster, so it's going to be a real competition for that spot. So you're going to be able to get some guys some first-team reps in there and see, I guess get an extended look at them. But this whole Jalen Ramsey surgery, I guess it all went well. So if we're missing him for just the first week of training camp and he's healthy the rest of the time, then I guess it worked out for the best. And then also, training camp dates got released for the dates that are going to be open to public. I'll put them up on the screen for you guys. Most notably is that August 14th and August 15th joint practices against the Buccaneers. If there's anyone that I would recommend going to, it would be those training camp practices. Like, I know I'll be there. And it's from somebody who's been going to training camps over the whole last 10 years of my life. Like, last year was my first joint training camp practice I actually went to, and it really makes a whole lot of a difference. I mean, just seeing these guys against different competition. I remember when Dante Fowler, I've told you guys this before, when Dante Fowler was playing against like Jeremy Parnell and Luke Jokel, he was like whooping ass. Like, I even wrote into John Ozer on the Ozone and said about how there's no way this guy is not going to be great. But then once he went against the Bucks, it was really just, he got pretty much stonewalled. So seeing the guys against different matchups is really cool. And our defense is potentially a top 5 defense, and it'll be a really interesting matchup between that defense and a Bucks offense, which has a very impressive looking offense with Jameis Winston, Deshaun Jackson, O.J. Howard, Mike Evans. They got a good offensive line, and Charles Sims and Doug Martin should be able to, they should both be healthy, so it should be interesting to pretty much see how our defense does against those guys. And then lastly, just some channel announcements. This Thursday, I'm going to start I guess a little mini series or something like that, if you want to call it that. I don't know what else to call it, but I'm going to go through position previews of all different positions. So I counted up between all the offensive positions, defensive positions, and then special teams and stuff. there's going to be about 10 different videos. So I'm going to be releasing these videos on Thursdays and Mondays at 6 o'clock p.m. So p.m. Eastern time. So be on the lookout for that. A lot of you guys have asked me like what my feelings are of different position groups, so that'll be basically the time where I let you guys know everything. Tomorrow I'm probably going to go down and basically go through and do some research and really decide who I think the 53-man roster is going to be, and I guess I'll like slowly kind of reveal that position group by position group. When you add them all up, it'll be like 53 players, so definitely going to do that. Of course, it's definitely going to be changing throughout training camp once different things happen, once maybe different guys stand out or injuries obviously happen. There's going to be at least a couple injuries that happen. Just hopefully it's nothing too massive, and hopefully nothing bad happens over these next 5 or 6 weeks. If a player gets arrested or like someone maybe fails a drug test or something like that, hopefully nothing detrimental happens to the team in that way. But yeah, that's gonna be my time to really get out what I feel about the roster. And I just wanted to end this video off by giving a shout out to my man Michael Batten. He's competing in the Special Olympics this week, and he's going to be representing Duval. So big props to you, man. I really hope you do good. And it really doesn't matter what place you finish, man. It's all about the journey. You did something that a lot of people haven't been able to do and won't ever be able to do in their life. So enjoy the journey and go out there, compete, and make us Jaguar fans proud. And also shout out to my man Michael Riggins for being promoted to an admin of Forever Jaguars. He's a huge Jaguar fan. He's really active in that group. And if you want to follow what's called Michael Batten in his Special Olympics journey, and if you want to follow Forever Jaguars, which is a good and active Facebook groups, I'll put those links down below. And yeah, guys, with all that said, it's your boy UC at Jaguar, reporting with GenJag.com, and I'll see you guys Thursday.
Guys, I'm out here with my friends from Negril, Jamaica. Here's the message to Jaguar fans. Ready? Duval!